Chris says this is gay pride gloves.
Yeah, he's going to be in the march next. Is it June or July? He's going to be.
I got to get more colorful.
You're going to go just with gloves and a thong on the parade? Is that what your plan is?
Well, I'm not too big on a thong.
So today we're in the land of snow. We're up at Kenny's doing a little tour of his woodyard, and he used to have all these pieces here that were from the lumberyard cut off waste stuff.
Yeah.
And you had about 50 phase cords.
There was 50 phase cords, whatever it is, divided by 3 is full cords.
So that was full over there.
That was full. This was full.
All the way out.
So that's gone, and this is somewhat gone.
So some of it you sold, and some of it you burned, and some of it you gave away.
I traded to Ray.
Yep.
So Ray, who was running the Dyna today, this is what he's heating his house with mostly.
Yeah, well, it's maple.
Yeah, it's mostly maple.
And then over here you got wood. So this woodyard you're trying to move out of, right?
Yeah, eventually I'm cleared out and going to the new yard. Took me 30 years to get all this junk in here. Now it's going to take me a couple of years to get it out.
Yeah. Here you got some blocks. What do you got in there? Like a full cord?
Well, there was 20 face cords there. There's 3 rows gone, so there's probably 10. There's probably 7. There's 14 face cords there. So.
Yeah. And then what's this here?
This is actually sold.
Yeah.
So Jeff, looks like Jeff was getting low on wood, so I see he's over
comes
here.
And gets it.
Comes and gets it as he needs it, because I gave him, this is his whole pile.
That's what's nice, the way you do it is you can have guys designated for their pile and they just come and get it.
So this guy does all my dirt work, all my backhoe work, hauls me my gravel, hauls me my fill. So we just trade wood for goods and services back and forth.
Yep.
So this is his payment. And I owe him a little bit more than what's in this pile yet, but then we're squared up again.
And then the next one is what?
Well, that's all maple that's the wood we did last year with the Blockbuster.
Got it. So
I
that's
think,
probably ready to go.
Yeah, this is ready to go. These 2 piles are ready to go. This is the first stuff I want to get out of here.
Right.
And then I get all this tin out of here, take all these rotten pallets to the dump.
Right.
Just get completely out of here. I got all the wood that was up along the driveway. That's all gone.
Right, that used to be full. Yep.
That used to be there all the way up to that pile of scrap up there. That was wood.
Yep.
So this will be cleared out this summer.
Right.
Hopefully. And then out here by the driveway.
You got a bunch more.
I still got wood, but
let's go look at that.
Wood is gone.
And the reason you're moving out of here, it's not that you got to or you want to.
No.
You got your own woodyard now.
I got my other yard. I don't need, because
I've
been heating Todd's house here for forever.
Yeah.
And his big shop.
And it'll be nice and close to your house.
Yeah, I ain't got to come over here, you know.
Yeah, because you're...
Back when he used to let me put my tractor in the shop, it was nice.
Yeah.
But then it got to where there was no room at the end, and then I parked outside, and then he wouldn't plug it in when I told him I'm going to be there tomorrow, and I get here, it wasn't running, or couldn't start. So then I got to drive from here back to home, which is a half mile, which is not that far.
Yeah, it was just a hassle.
It's just a hassle.
What sucks is that if you need something, you got to run home and get it.
Yes.
Like, you need fuel, you need a tool.
So now I'm literally like 150 yards from my house.
Right. And it's hooked onto your land. Now, how many acres you got all together now?
There's like 7 acres all together. I guess I got 3 different tax numbers, so it's a little confusing.
There's like a horseshoe that wraps around the...
Yes, I got my neighbor's house in between my house and my yard.
Right.
So this is all that wood that I got from the sawmill. Last, right at breakup, they brought it right at breakup, like March something.
Yeah, I remember you had a load rate.
There was 2 truckloads here and 1 back there.
Yeah. So you used to have all that cedar over there, and that's gone.
That cedar's long gone.
Yeah.
So I did this winter as it was freezing up.
So what do you got here?
So each one of these squares is 15 phase cords, which would be what, 5 cords?
5 full cords, yep.
So right in that pile, that's 10.
The whole thing is 10 full cords.
That's 10 cords, full cords.
So that's basically a semi-load.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and then
so
I got another one there.
So I get asked all the time, and you know this too.
And then
if you've got 10 cords here, it was from a semi-load, because you start with about 12. By the time you get done, I say, for every 6 full log cords, you end up with 5 full cords.
Generally cut a face cord, you get about 2.5, they say.
Right. So if you got 12 full cords of logs.
I don't lose as much with this because there's very little bark on it.
Right.
So I don't lose the bark, which is nice.
Right. Yeah.
So this is mixed here. That's mostly maple, but a little bit of ash, a little bit of oak.
Yeah.
And then this pile is oak. This is all oak.
Nice. That's pretty looking stuff.
Yeah, I split this all by hand.
Really?
Yep.
Just because you needed exercise or what?
No, I just didn't want to dig the splitter out of the snowbank. I just had to finish that row. And this side's not oak. This is
Like ash?
ash on this side.
Yeah.
And then we had a big snowstorm, and I didn't want to deal with piling anymore. So
You just threw it in
this
there?
is all on top of pallets,
Yeah.
mostly.
Yeah, but at least
So
it's
this is
done.
mostly maple, and this is all oak over here.
Yeah. And then what's down over here in these?
This is all hard maple. All this.
Oh, so this has been here. That's been here for a long time. I can tell by looking at it.
This
That's
is
all
all
ready
got to go. This has got to go.
Yeah, that's all.
And that oak right there, that's the oak we did with the Blockbuster last year.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
So I sold one row off of there. That's all I could get to.
yeah. So this is the stuff you're going to move first. This
This
that.
and that, and then that stuff back
Then
there.
you'll start working on this last because this
Yes,
is the newest.
you're right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So yeah, slowly the piles are getting smaller
Yeah.
here.
What's nice about here is you're really open. You get a lot of
It
wind. here.
dries good here, I know.
Yeah, this is your best drying area.
Yes. Well, the new yard's going to be good too.
Yeah, but it's a little lower than this and not as open like
Yeah, this gets wind
all the time. Yeah.
all the time and sun all
Yeah,
the
I can
time.
tell by looking at the tops. You have wind issues because when you start putting logs and cement blocks on your
It's
pallets,
the only way you can keep the tin on it.
I know.
It's terrible. You get a big, where you get gusts of 40, 50 mile an hour, you come over, everything's laying on the ground.
Yeah,
So I got to put 10,000 tons of stuff on there. And now if somebody calls for wood, you got a tunnel underneath there. Well, that's no fun.
no. So this is where, when people ask me, do you got to cover your wood? Well, I don't, but you do.
I have to cover my wood.
I
Can
know,
you tell why?
Because you get a lot of snow.
That's why.
So you're a cumulative snow. People look at it and think, oh, there's, what is there, probably close to 2 feet?
Yeah, but that was probably closer to 4 feet.
Cumulative.
Yes.
Because it just keeps settling.
So there was layers of rain in there. You could
Yeah.
see where it rained.
Oh, yeah.
This isn't powdery. This is like
Crusty.
crusty. There's layers of ice in here.
Yeah.
There's actually, you could tell here, that was a
Rain.
rainstorm. That could have been an inch of rain. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
There's a whole layer of ice right there.
Yep.
And we had a couple of them, where it snowed and then it rained, and then it warmed up, then it snowed, then it rained.
Yeah.
There's thousands of pounds on top of
Oh,
this.
yeah. Yeah.
I do not want to tunnel under there.
I get guys that will say to me, oh, you should take a leaf blower and blow that off.
I'd like to see you blow that off with a leaf blower. You better be
If you
nuclear
have,
powered.
If you have about a quarter to maybe a half an inch of light powder
You could
stuff-
maybe blow this off.
No, you couldn't. I've tried. I've tried on stuff like this. It's too crusted on. A little bit, but usually the best
I
thing
mean, I just finished this a couple weeks ago. So
best
this,
thing to do is pick up two pieces, bang them together. It's about all you
right. So I'm going to pile this
can in there, yeah.
this summer, whatever. But it
I
got too
bet
much snow.
If you just take this outer edge and throw it up on the pallets and just leave it sit as it is, it'll be just fine.
Maybe, yeah.
Just leave it sit loose.
But then if we get a wet summer where it rains and rains and rains,
Yeah, but if you're on pallets,
it turns to mold.
yeah, it's already going to be, and it's a lot of ash there, so that's going to be real dry already. And this is what, oak? Red oak?
Yeah, this is oak. This is all
Yeah.
oak here.
Yeah, if you're going to stack any of it, I would start with this.
Well, this is going to get stacked.
Yeah, but that I wouldn't worry about. Ash is pretty
And
much
then
dry
I,
as it is.
Here, can you tell there was one piece of elm in there?
This stringy crap.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
Look at- yeah.
I ran this through the Dyna. It would not split. It stopped
Wouldn't go
it.
through,
Stopped
yeah.
it cold. I mean,
Yeah.
and this piece was only about this big. It was probably
Oh, yeah,
14 inches.
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
so I set
Oh,
it
look at the
aside.
stringiness of that stuff.
Yeah, I had one stick of elm in that pile.
Yeah.
They don't saw elm at the sawmill. It's like they just
Right.
kicked it out. Somebody snuck it in,
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And then I had a pile of basswood right here for Todd.
Oh, you took that.
He
yeah.
said she says, yeah, I'll take it. So I saved that till last, and I processed it here. Looks like he just got it because we just got snow 2 days ago. So we
Yeah.
finally picked up his basswood.
Yeah, I had a guy the other day ask me who's new to wood burning. He just bought his first house with a stove, and he said he's got access to cedar. He says, is cedar any good? I said, all wood burns. I said, it ain't great for heat because it doesn't put a lot of BTUs, but it'll burn.
Oh yeah, light's nice.
Yeah, light's nice. Good
Light
kindling.
it with a match.
Basswood, same thing.
So yeah,
Burns.
that's all going to get cleared out This summer, I'm going to clear out some of this summer. And I'm hoping by next year, this will all be gone.
Yeah.
I won't be over here no more. I'll be at home.
Yeah. Let's head over to your new wood yard. Look at what you got there. So what's this here? This is the stuff from last winter, right?
This is the stuff we processed last year with when you had the blockbuster here in the 48C.
Yep. So this stuff can all be sold right now.
Yeah, this is ready to go.
And you can get at this. You could take your forks and throw this off of here, right?
Well, I'll work on that one first because I can get that roll. I can get this outside row out.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so it's still a pain.
And then this is all your cedar in here.
That's
right?
all cedar, that whole pile.
And that you didn't stack. You just threw that
That's
in.
just thrown in there loose. That's a big.
And when you put it in, it was dry.
Yeah, it was dry when I
as
put
could
it
be,
in
yeah.
there. Yeah, but then I got a tarp over it. And,
So that's a full semi-load, right?
oh,
At least.
Yeah, yeah. So this is the same stuff. This is stuff we processed last year.
Now some people would look at this and say, "Oh, it's moldy."
And guess what? It burns.
It burns, yeah. It doesn't matter, does it?
You know, it's moldy because we left in that monster pile out here last summer, and
Right.
it got moldy in the pile.
Well,
oh, you
and-
don't have to pile this. What bullshit?
Well, no, and you had 2 semi-loads in one pile.
Yes.
On the ground. It's
Yes.
gonna mold, yeah.
So I
You got
piled
it
it.
on pallets, yeah.
It's off the ground now. It's dry.
Yeah.
It's ready to sell. Nobody complains.
Yeah, I get guys asking me, as far as how much wood you can have in a bin loose, I think 3 pallets wide is like ideal, no more. Because you go 5 or 6.
I think that's what
that's
I got.
a lot.
Here.
You got
I think
3,
I'm
it looks
3
like.
deep.
3 wide is about what you want, and no more.
Yep.
Yep,
3.
that's perfect.
And
No
these
more
are
than
these are 24 feet long. So there's
Yep.
each row is a full cord.
Right, because really, if you got, say you got 3 rows, that's about what a cord would be, and then you've got 4 more, so. Two to 3 pallets
There
wide.
was 2 more. It was 5. There was
Yeah.
5 rows here. Was there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? There was 8.
Yeah,
There was 8 rows.
The thing
here.
is when you stack it though, it's packed in tight.
Yep.
Whereas when it's loose, it's loose.
Well, but it's covered and
Yeah.
it's dry.
Yeah.
If somebody calls me, there it is.
Yep. Yeah, that's what's nice.
I do not like selling wood this time of year
No.
because most of my piles look like this.
Yeah.
I mean, once I take the outside row off, I'm not crawling under there. You can't even get it out. There's thousands of pounds of ice and
Right.
snow on top of there, on top of the railroad ties and the pallets on top of that.
Right.
It ain't worth the pain.
The only thing you could do is stick your forks in. You could flip if you kept it
that's
down
a
to
good
just
idea.
2 pallet rows.
Then you wreck your tin and you
Yep,
wreck your
that's
wreck your tarp.
Or
punch.
if you put lug, or if you put a.
And this is rubber
stringer
roughing. I
underneath.
don't want to punch holes in that. It's already
Yeah.
getting tore up. This is good stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So I got the rubber roughing over the tin. So,
Right. Right.
but I only got so much of that to go around.
Well, as far as the location, then you could easily have flag here, and you could have all kinds of sales are done right here if you had if you wanted to.
It's like,
But you just got different kind of customers. You got people that are buying wood for heating.
I
It's
got
just-
heating people. I
Yep.
don't have sitting in the backyard.
So how much
people.
is in here? And this stuff you just did.
So there's 2 truckloads there, and then the fresh stuff in the front is going to be the 3rd truckload. I didn't really want to put it here. I was going to set up this machine in the back over here, but it was going to be too crowded.
Right.
And I would have had to shove this wood into that corner, which is a low spot. I don't want it down in that hole.
Right. Right.
So I'm going to end up probably carrying half of this wood over there because I want to pile it right in front of where my pickup is, or where them snow piles are. That's where I want to pile it, and I want to sell this wood off
Right.
and then pile this wood over there.
Right. I think you need to spend $500 and buy a bigger bucket.
It's going to be $1,700 for a new one. I've been looking.
You can get used ones though. Get a used
If
one.
I could get a used one, the problem
I
is
got mine
have
for $500.
I have a John Deere, so I think I might have to
Yeah.
get one and cut and weld on my own
You could, yeah.
attachments.
Yeah. You could do that, or
I need a bigger bucket. That's a
or you
fact.
could just fabricate one somehow. It's yeah. And then this
So-
stuff over here is blocks. It looks like.
That was all blocks. Till the snow came, I was doing really good, and then winter hit all of a sudden. So I almost finished that pile. That row, if that row was finished, that's another full 5 cords.
Yeah. So is that what you have? Some people will buy 5 full cords. So you just say, "There's your pile."
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
So this is mostly maple, but I kind of ran
Yeah.
out of maple, so I got ash in the front. But this is all maple, otherwise back here, all of this.
That looks like bobcat tracks.
It is. That is bobcat tracks.
Yep. Yeah, that's nice looking wood.
You know, same as that stuff out there. You know,
So you had 2 loads here, and that's
there was 2 loads
Load,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's working on it little by little. day by day, inch by inch, Niagara Falls. You guys know that one, right?
Yeah, you gotta just keep at it.
Yep. Little bit at a time.
And you got more blocks back there.
Yep.
Yeah, you leveled this off really nice.
This was a.
How much fill did you bring in?
I would venture to say there's close to 50 loads of fill in here.
50 loads. And it's stuff that people just wanted to get rid of, pretty
Well,
much.
some of it was free and some of it I paid for. I paid for 18 loads of sand and 12 loads of gravel I covered it with.
What'd you get it for per load for sand and gravel?
Firewood we trade.
Oh, trading? Yeah, that's the best way.
We just trade firewood. I don't know. There's no bill. It's just.
Yeah, that's the way to
So
do it.
you see where Jeff had that red shovel over at the other yard.
Yeah. That's
He's
part
my
of
guy.
it.
He stumped all this for me. I've been heating his house and his shop, so that's Todd's brother, whatever.
It's the best way to do it. That way Uncle Sam can keep his hands out of
That's
your
right.
money. Just
Trade.
Yeah.
So Ray lives over there.
Yeah.
I don't see no smoke coming out of the chimney, but if you see smoke, it's my wood.
That's your wood, yeah.
So Ray is now kind of graduating into Leroy's
He's the
position.
new Leroy.
Yeah, you can't replace Leroy. That's not possible. But
No.
Ray comes over. He'll see there's a pile of sawdust in his yard over there.
And he just won an award of some sort the other day.
Employee of the month. Yeah, that's what I tell him. So he's just learning how to run the process. He's getting better every day. So
You have to get him a certificate or a little
I've gotta
plastic
get,
trophy
gotta
or
get
something.
something. Yeah, I gotta give him something. Yeah, whatever.
That'd be good.
So yeah, this is gonna be someday. It's gonna come around. So we're gonna try to burn that pile tonight. Or
Yeah.
it's probably gonna take 3 days to get it to
Could be.
burn because there's about 2 feet of snow over it.
You made this big enough so a semi can make the whole circle in here, no
Oh,
problem.
absolutely.
That's nice. And your plan is you're going to stack all around the outside, right?
I'm gonna stack around the outside. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out as we go.
Yeah. And you're not going to cut any more trees. You got it open enough now.
No more cutting.
And that's south.
Yep.
So you got
So this
good
is
sun in
all
here
sunshine
and-
coming in here.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, very nice.
And the northwest wind comes from right over here. So I got a little bit of protection.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, but if you build walls of wood, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
Coming around. It's been a 3-year project here, I think.
Oh yeah, at least. Yeah, I was here 2 years ago when you first were opening it up, and then
Last winter over there, that's my land over there. You can see it's thin over there. I thinned that all out.
Yeah.
I took 2 semi loads of
Right.
pine out of there, which I traded
Right.
for hardwood.
right.
So whatever.
And you took pine off of here that you traded for hardwood too, right?
I might have.
Yeah, we took a whole bunch of pine out of
I
here.
know. I'm just trying to remember if I
Yeah,
sold
all
it
that
or if
red pine. I remember
I
stacking
can't
it
remember
out
if
there.
I traded or sold. I
think you
don't
traded.
remember.
I
I
think
might
you
have. I
traded,
probably
yeah.
trid for wood. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
Very
a lot of
nice.
trading in this area.
that's the way it should
There's
be.
a lot of trading because nobody's got any money.
Well, everybody has a special product or special skill. You might as well help each other out. That's the
So
best thing.
basically, is you got to know a guy.
It's always good to know a guy.
I know a guy.
throw
Oh yeah,
some
there's
footage in
more.
there,
There's
too.
more at the house. Yeah. I
Yeah, but
forgot
this
about
is what everybody wanted to see. I've been getting guys asking.
that. Yeah, I know.
Hey, when you going to Kenny's new woodyard?
I
What's
seen
his
the comments.
improvements?
I seen the comments. I said you better get up here.
Yeah.
Well, I've still got something to do because we're running out of work. And
Yeah.
when this is done, I don't know if I got any more coming.
Yeah. So how many loads did you bring in this year?
I gotta think, like 8 loads.
Nice.
And I want to get a couple more loads of them blocks. But right now, that pile at the sawmill is just totally covered. Like it looks like everything else. Looks like
Yeah.
that. It's just encased in ice and snow. And
Big pile we burned last year was right
that
here.
was right here.
Yeah.
That was a big pile.
That was a big pile. Well, it was all your tops and everything from this.
Right. Well, there's a lot of the same in that pile. It's just rotted down after time,
Right.
you know.
And tomorrow
Ed's
we're going to be running
Ed,
that.
my new best friend, Ed.
Yeah, Ed's coming. We're going to
So-
run the Evo tomorrow.
Ed's brought the Evo. He calls me up. I'm sitting drinking coffee, watching YouTube the other morning. He says, "Hey, what if I bring the Evo over?" I'm like, "Really? Ed, you don't have to do that." But I want to. So that's his machine
Yeah,
too. I'm
that-
trying to buy that
That
from him.
Dyna there. Yeah, and he offered Kenny that Dyna for what? 15,000
15
a few years
grand.
ago?
Now it's worth way
It's worth
more
about
than that.
25, yeah.
But his kid likes it, and he said, he killed me if I sold it to you. So I said, well, tell him I'll come over and I'll process his wood for him every year.
Yeah.
We'll see. I got to keep working on it.
Oh,
He was just here a little bit ago. He just stopped. He
yeah.
was on his way by, and He says, you don't need to buy these. You can use it when you want. It's actually cheaper to just keep using it.
Yeah, you feel like you want to own it.
I tell you, I feel like a leech. So I could tell you the woes of this week of all the breakdowns. It's a long list. So ignition switch went out on the tractor. Wife had me one ordered. I thought, well, the other night I'm going to put it in, right? I go to put it in. It was a wrong ignition switch. So there I sit. I got no switch. And so I put the old one back in, and I could get it to start if I lifted up on the key.
And that was this.
No, that was on the tractor.
On the tractor.
So there I sit in my garage with no tractor. Well, then the starter went out on this. I was going to come over here and just run the deck out.
Yeah.
Starter took a dump. I had just put a new starter in this a month ago. So Ed drove all the way over here, and he took the old starter and a new starter, and he made a starter out of the two. She's running. So I canceled the order because I had ordered another new starter for it. We get it all back together. We ran a little bit. I blew the hose on the cylinder. Yeah. So we go up and get that fixed. We get that put in, or I put it in. He was over there getting his Evo going. I go to start it. It wouldn't start. I'm like, no, what? Did it dislodge a wire or something? I don't know. Yeah. Well, here the fuse was blown on the starter. There's an inline fuse. Thank God I had one. So then, okay, back to the ignition with the tractor. Ed drove all the way to Chippewa Falls and then all the way here one day and brought me the ignition switch because he was going to Chippewa Falls for something. So he put on about 300 miles to bring me an ignition switch. This is the kind of guy he is. He's great.
Yeah.
So I put the new switch in that night, right? Tractor won't start. I didn't sleep that night. I'm like, what? What could it be? So you got to pull the steering wheel off. You got to pull the whole dash out. It's a pain in the butt. And I was trying to do it easy and reach up in there and do the switch from behind the dash. Well, here's what happened is I dislodged another pigtail.
Oh.
I unplugged something.
Yeah.
So when I took it all apart the next day, I'm like, oh, plug that in. Vroom. Hallelujah. Yeah. So Chris says this is gay pride gloves.
Yeah, he's going to be in the march next. Is it June or July? He's going to be.
I got to get more colorful.
You're going to go just gloves and a thong on the parade? Is that what your plan is?
Well, I'm not too big on a thong. I don't wear thongs like you will. Whatever.